Look at the size of that. What's happening, guys? Drew's Farming Life back again today. Hope you all enjoy. Do not forget to subscribe, leave a wee like and a comment, and let me know what you think of today's video. Today I am back up at this big hill and I'm going to be ploughing the heat rig. Last night I could have done it, but I went to a different field just to be closer to the farm and ploughed the majority of the rest of it. So now I am back up here. I've only got a little skiff here to do, right round there, and do the heat rig down there, round the bottom. But I'm going to show you up here, round the top and round the D, and then right round up there, all this ski with ploughing, and I'm going to show you how I do my heat rigs, headland, end rig, whatever you want to call it. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and we'll just get straight to it. Good, cheers. So I forgot to say, this morning we were freeze branding, and that's what's held us up from the ploughing today. I think we finished up at just around 2 o'clock, which held me up from the ploughing. Started around 8 o'clock, all the jobs read up before then got straight to it. 102 heifers we freeze branded, so it was quite a shift we had to put in. So just a hold up on a dry day that we're not needing, but never mind, it's to be dry for quite a while now, so hopefully we'll just get it all done now. So I'll get straight to it now. Cheers. So last year's ploughing ended up that there is no hole on this side on the left, so this year it means that I'm ploughing it from here out. So what I do is I put my plough in the ground, like some folk will do it this way, some folk might not. So I put it in the wrong way, so I fill all the holes in, and then I drive back down it and it'll throw it all back in the shuck, and then that means it's a far evener, well, far more level, far nicer. It's a bit rough for me, right enough, but it makes such a difference to ploughing the end rigs. I believe in the end up, I believe it's worth it. So as you can see, there's no holes here because I'm going right through the middle of the ploughing there, and because of ploughing at an angle, whatnot, there's a lot of holes to fill in. So if I pick this angle, hopefully it'll work out not too bad. I actually think I've caused a wee corner there. I have, but never mind, I'll work it out. But basically this is what I'm needing to do. Well, this is how I do it. And of course, well, I don't know if you can tell, but this is the steepest part of the hill. Going up at this angle. And this is what I was doing yesterday on well, going up here and turning with a dangerous ploughing video that I put up, that I hope you all enjoyed, along with the rest of my videos. So yeah, probably I have not made a very good job of this, but aye, basically this is what I do. I'll not make much odds, but it's looking nice, other than the ski whiffness of it. So right, that's me at the top. I'll come up to here, that'll do it, and I'd be as well just to keep going round. I don't like driving on top of my ploughing, but it's the best way to deal with this. this is this awkward corner that I was telling you all about. It just turns into silly wee short runs towards the end, but so you just keep reversing back because you can't be bothered turning the plough, and it's the quickest way to do it. You waste a lot of time trying to turn the plough, turn the tractor, get back across, and it's pointless short runs. So I believe that this is, I do it in the best way that I can, but I believe that's the best way to do it. So yeah. Very large drop down to the burn. And a very large rock. One for the quad bike and trailer, if not the wee digger. Dad likes to run about with the wee digger to lift all the wee stones, lift all the big stones, sorry. Whereas I like to try and lift them myself with a quad bike and trailer. And if I can't get them, you're better to get the forklift, I believe, with the dung grape on. I'm sure round here is, yeah, hole must have been in field, but because I plough quite shallow, you can't see it. So, because that's what Dad makes me do, he makes me shallow it so he doesn't get rattled about the cab when he's ploughing with the drill. It's fair enough. Aye, so somebody was asking what I was calling the neighbours bit. That's a moor. Basically roughland, peat ground, hill ground kind of idea. A lot of rocks and stuff. You know, it's not this kind of ground that's ploughable and usable for crops, whatnot. It's mostly for sheep and hardy cattle. So that's what a moor is. Rough land. Heat's getting up. Be quiet, Snapchat. So Dad's actually put the slurry tanker on today to go and spread out of the reed that we mixed earlier in the week. No, earlier last week, because it's now dry enough to get on. So that's what he's going to be doing, and then I believe after that's done he's either going to put the drill on and get going, or he's going to spread the dung at the last two fields up the road for me to plough. I'm not sure. I believe he'll put the drill on. He'll just make me spread the dung, and then he'll catch up with me ploughing and tell me I've not been going fast enough and I need to get on. What have I been playing at? Just the usual. I'm sure most other farmers will have to deal with that. You know what it's like working with your dad. So you'll see in a minute, I don't need to turn the plough because I'm just going straight into this hole, and then it'll throw everything I've threw over straight back into it, and then that's made a far better start for the end rigs, head rig, you know. So here goes. You'll see what I mean now. This bit really hasn't dried out at all. I'm absolutely loving being up here, and there's no holes. For as long as I can remember, there's always been an open drain up here, and there's none this year. Amazing. So there we go, see, filling in the hole I'm driving in now from my last run. You do need to steer for this because it's very, very loose. Actually, I think I need to adjust the front fur. It's not shoving it right into the hole. Oh, maybe not. Maybe there's something jammed and that's the problem. Let's have a looky here. Nah, just a wee bit choked with the loose soil now, I suppose. You do loosen it, I suppose, when you're doing this, but it makes a big difference, I believe, to your end rigs. A lot of corners on this end rig. But aye, this is the awkward head rig that I need to do. Takes the longest because it is a very long head rig, you know. But I think if you do it the way I'm doing it, just going round in a big circle and then back up round and just keep doing that, I think that'll be the quickest way to do it, rather than doing sections at a time. I did do a couple of sections back there, but that's just because they're so awkward, and then it, you know, you couldn't really connect it up with this one, but you can with all of this, so it's just the way it's worked in. A lot of yous aren't really convinced about the fact that, you know, you're still saying that this tractor could pull a 5 furrow. I know it would. I know it would. But usually, when I'm trying to get going, it's ridiculously wet. And with this tractor and this plough, I can get going quicker than a 5-footer, so I'm a day or two ahead with this before I would be able to get on the ground with a 5 or 6-footer. But saying that, I wouldn't mind a 5-footer. It's Dad that's against changing, but I do see his point with what he says, and I believe the same. But even at that, I wouldn't mind having a 5-footer because the tractor's more than capable. But ploughs are very expensive. We've had this one for God knows how long, and it does a very good job. So until this plough completely and utterly commits harry-carry, I don't see us changing it, unless there was a demo that changed Dad's mind. But even at that, a demo, you know, that we don't do enough ploughing to justify a new plough. Like, if anything, we'd be getting a second-hand one. But I would definitely not mind trying one out. To buy a new plough, you know, we're only ploughing 120 acre, 140 acre, just depends on, no, 120, 130 acre a year, you know. It's not really justifiable at all for us to have, you know. It's not like we're an arable farm. It's just a wee drop on top of all the silage work we do. That is our main priority, is getting the grass in to feed the coos. Well, having all this ground with all the straw and the barley off it definitely helps as well, and then it also means that we get to rotate our ground out of grass into barley every few years, and then keeps all the grass fresh. It works well that way. Seems to be a build up of soil at the front of the plough here. I reckon there's either a stone or a wee choke. It's just a build up of growth. See if I can give that a wee shove away from the plough, just a wee gentle shove to get it levelled out again. What can I do about it? There we go, it's fine. Right, so look at that, a few feet for death, eh? Jesus. What a drop. Can't even see the bottom. see how this run goes. Shouldn't be too bad after doing what I done for the first round. Now it's leveler on to the ploughing. Just get a diff on here because it'll be all loose now. And you're going up like that. Beautiful. If anyone has any tips on doing headland, head rigs or whatever you want to call it, please leave them in the comments. I'm only doing things to the best of my knowledge, but any tips would be much appreciated because, as I've said before, I'm not the best, I don't know everything, and I'm still learning, as you always are when you're ploughing, so got to sort my hair after wearing this head camera. Fair messes it up. But aye, I think that's about all I can really talk about for Headland. That's how I start it, and then you'll know how it ends up. Hopefully matching up with the sides and keeping it as level as I can. So thanks all for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you next time for some more of whatever this is. Also, I've got merchandise coming soon, so I hope you all would like it because I think it looks pretty smart. So I've got a smart wee logo coming out, and hopefully the merchandise is quite nice for you. So, aye, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Good night. Right, I know I said I was finishing the video there, but I'm sorry. Look what I've just hooked out. Look at the size of that. Must have just been the surface on the top from last year, but the plough's hooked it out properly this year. It's actually quite thin, but oh. Shouldn't really be doing this, but I can get out of the way like this. See if I can swing it. Ooh, I dare say that's definitely one for the forklift. Surprised that's not wrecked anything, but that is one big stone. Aye. Always test myself. I can rock it, but that's about it. What the size of a rock! Aye. That's the biggest rock we've ripped out for quite a number of years anyway. It's like as if it was just the surface that was up, you know, because it was after the plough pulled it, the top of the stone's a wee bit dry, so it's like as if it was just on the surface and no more. The plough's really houked it this year. Oh. Anyway, I'm on the last round of the heat rig up here. So it's matching up, not too bad. Right, thanks again for watching, cheers.